One of the science-faith controversies confronting the church today has to do with the age of the earth and the age of the universe. Many believers would contend that Genesis 1 teaches that the earth is 6,000 years old, and for this reason, many skeptics and seekers are reluctant to embrace the truth claims of the Christian faith. But is this really the case? Does Genesis really teach us that the earth is 6,000 years old? I'm joined today by Dr. Rodney Whitefield, who's a physicist, a Christian, who is knowledgeable in the biblical Hebrew, who will help us unpack that question. Rodney, in a previous episode, we talked about the word yom, which is translated as day in Scripture. And we noted that when day refers to the creation days, that yom is telling us that it's a period of time, not 24 hours or a calendar day. I'm curious, are there other textual clues that we can point to that indicate that Genesis 1 is referring to creation over a span of a vast period of time, not 6 24-hour days?
Well, the verse that's often quoted to advocate that there are 24-hour days is Exodus 20:11. And one typically quotes the King James, 4 and 6 days. And the days is plural. They take the days to be the creation times, which is correct. What is the problem is that they look at it, they think the word in is in the text. And in the King James, in the 1611, they italicized that word. That italicization says the interpreters put in into the text. There is no in the Hebrew. It says for 6 days. And so all of this is dependent upon the readers not understanding the significance of saying for 6 days instead of 4 and 6 days. And that goes to Genesis 2:3. Now, Genesis 2:3 has a margin note as well in the King James. They had translated created and made. But what the margin note says is created to make. That had been the translation in the Bishop's Bible in England for 40 years approximately before the King James translation. Now, the difference in putting in and made is it connects the creation and the making as the same thing. But the infinitive, which is used there in the Hebrew, says to make. That says that the making is a future action. It is not within that day. It is not within the 6 days. And this is consistent with there being either long intervals between days of command or the days themselves being long periods of time. What you cannot get out of this is justification for the 24 sequential day interpretation that some are advocating.